Most people struggle financially not because they lack money, but because they don't know how money truly works. Stay with me, because today I'm revealing 15 powerful biblical money rules that can transform your finances forever. You are a steward, not the owner. Many people struggle with money because they see themselves as the ultimate owners of their wealth. But the truth is, everything belongs to God. Psalm 24:1 reminds us, "The earth is the Lord's, and everything in it, the world and all who live in it." When we understand that we are merely stewards of the resources entrusted to us, we begin to manage money differently. Instead of using it recklessly, we learn to allocate it wisely, ensuring that it aligns with God's purpose. A steward doesn't waste what is given to them, they multiply it. Jesus illustrated this in the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30. The servants who invested their master's money were rewarded, while the one who buried it out of fear was condemned. This teaches us that God expects us to grow and manage wealth responsibly, not just hoard or misuse it. It's not about how much money we have, but how well we use it for His glory. One way to embrace stewardship is by adopting a kingdom mindset in our finances. This means prioritizing God's will over materialistic desires. Are we using our income to bless others, support God's work, and secure a stable future? Or are we merely chasing personal luxuries? When we shift our focus from ownership to stewardship, we make wiser choices that lead to lasting prosperity. Think about this. If someone handed you $1 million today, would you know what to do with it? Many people dream of wealth, but lack the financial wisdom to handle it. That's why stewardship starts with understanding God's principles for money. The way you manage the little you have today determines whether you will be entrusted with more tomorrow. Luke 16:10. The power of a clear financial vision. Without vision, financial success remains a distant dream. Proverbs 29:18 says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." This applies directly to our finances. The wealthy don't leave their financial future to chance. They plan, strategize, and execute with a clear vision. Meanwhile, many struggle because they live paycheck to paycheck, reacting to financial problems instead of preparing for them. A clear financial vision starts with setting specific goals. Instead of saying, "I want to be rich," define exactly what that means. How much do you need to retire comfortably? How much should you invest? Without these answers, financial progress becomes difficult. Even in the Bible, God gave His people specific financial instructions. From Joseph's 7-year savings plan in Egypt, Genesis 41:34-36, to the Israelites' instructions on handling debts and tithes. A vague vision leads to financial wandering, but a focused vision leads to financial breakthroughs. The key to building wealth isn't just working harder, it's working smarter with a plan. A well-defined budget is a simple but powerful tool. It's not about restricting yourself. It's about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Imagine two people earning the same salary. One has a vision and a plan, the other just sees what happens. Who will end up in a better financial position? The one who strategically manages their income. Ask yourself, what is your financial vision? Do you have a plan for saving, investing, and giving? If you don't define your destination, you will never arrive. The good news? No matter where you are financially today, you can start creating a vision that leads to financial freedom. Multiplication, the secret of compound interest. Wealth is not built overnight, it's multiplied over time. Jesus emphasized this in the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, where the faithful servants doubled their master's money through wise investments. The principle of multiplication is key to financial success, and one of the greatest tools for this is compound interest. Albert Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world because of its ability to turn small amounts into large fortunes. The rule of 72 is a simple formula to understand how long it takes for an investment to double. Just divide 72 by the annual return rate. For example, if an investment grows at 10% per year, it doubles every 7.2 years. Imagine starting with $10,000. In 7 years, it becomes $20,000, then $40,000, then $80,000. Over time, the numbers become massive. This is how the wealthy grow their money while others stay stuck in financial struggles. Many people say, "I don't have money to invest," but the real question is, can you afford not to invest? Even small amounts invested consistently can create wealth. Instead of spending $5 a day on coffee, imagine investing that money in a dividend-paying stock or an index fund. Over 30 years, that simple habit could grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. The wealthy don't just earn money, they make their money work for them. Biblically, we see this principle in action. Joseph stored grain in abundance, during Egypt's years of plenty, Genesis 41, 34, so 36. He didn't just save, he multiplied resources for the future. If we want financial security, we must start investing now, letting time and compounding do the heavy lifting. The question is, will you multiply what you have or let it sit idle? The 70/30ths principle. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is spending everything they earn. The Bible warns against this reckless behavior. The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. Proverbs 21:20. Wealthy individuals follow a structured financial plan, and one of the simplest yet most effective strategies is the 70/30ths rule, living on 70% of your income and allocating the other 30% wisely. Here's how the 30% should be divided. 10% to giving. This aligns with biblical principles of generosity, Malachi 3:10. 10% to debt reduction. If you have debt, prioritizing its elimination frees you financially, Proverbs 22:7. 10% to investing. Building assets that generate passive income creates long-term wealth, Ecclesiastes 11:2. Some may think, I don't have enough money to follow this. But financial freedom doesn't come from how much you make. It comes from how you manage what you have. Even if you start by saving just 1% and increasing it over time, you build the discipline needed for financial growth. The key is not living at your financial limit because that leaves no room for growth, giving, or unexpected challenges. The world teaches lifestyle inflation. As your income rises, so should your spending. But true financial wisdom says, as income grows, increase your savings and investments. Imagine if you had applied this principle 5 years ago. Where would you be today? The good news is, you can start now. Will you continue in financial stress, or will you start applying the 70/30ths rule and change your future? Debt versus leverage. Debt is one of the biggest financial traps people fall into, and the Bible warns us about it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender, Proverbs 22:7. Many believe debt is a necessary part of life, but there is a critical difference between bad debt and good leverage. Understanding this difference can be the key to financial freedom. Bad debt is borrowing for things that lose value or do not generate income, credit card balances, car loans, and personal loans for luxury purchases. This kind of debt enslaves people because it drains their cash flow and increases financial stress. Imagine paying 20% interest on a credit card. It's like setting your money on fire every month. Wealthy people avoid this by only using debt when it works in their favor. Leverage, on the other hand, is using borrowed money to acquire assets that produce income. For example, taking a loan to buy a rental property that generates passive income is strategic. In the parable of the talents, Matthew 25:14-30, the faithful servants used what they had to produce more, while the lazy servant did nothing. Smart leverage multiplies wealth instead of draining it. The key question is your debt making you money or costing you money? If your debt is consuming your income, it's time to get rid of it. But if you're using leverage wisely, it should create financial growth, not financial burden. Are you borrowing for liabilities, or are you leveraging for wealth creation? The answer will determine whether money works for you or against you. Diversification is protection. The Bible teaches us to spread our resources wisely to protect against financial loss. Ecclesiastes 11. 2 advises, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. This principle of diversification is key to building financial stability and long-term wealth. Wealthy individuals don't rely on just one source of income. They spread their investments across multiple areas to minimize risk. A simple diversification strategy is the 30-30-30-10 rule. 30% in cash or cash equivalents, emergency funds, gold, or assets that can be quickly accessed. 30% in securities, stocks, ETFs, dividend-paying investments. Ownership in businesses that generate passive income. 30% in real estate or real estate equivalents, rental properties, REITs, syndications. Assets that appreciate while generating cash flow. 10% in managed investments, using professional advisors, funds, or strategic partnerships for additional growth. Many people make the mistake of putting all their money in one place, a single business, stock, or investment. The problem? If that one thing collapses, so does their financial future. Diversification is not about making quick gains. It's about protecting and growing wealth over time. Think about this. If you lost your job today, would you still have income? If not, it's time to diversify your sources of wealth. The wealthy don't put all their eggs in one basket. They build multiple streams of income so that no single event can wipe them out. Are you prepared for the unexpected? Or is your financial future resting on a single source of income? Time in the market beats timing the market. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is trying to time the market, buying when they think prices are low and selling when they think prices are high. But study after study has shown that consistent long-term investing always outperforms short-term speculation. The Bible teaches patience in all things, including finances. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Many investors waste time waiting for the perfect moment to invest, but the truth is there is no perfect moment. The stock market, real estate market, and economy are always fluctuating, and trying to predict their exact movements is a fool's game. Instead, the key to wealth is staying invested for the long term. If you had simply invested in the S&P 500 and left your money alone for 20 years, history shows you would have seen significant growth, despite all market crashes along the way. The best strategy? Consistent investing, no matter what the market is doing. This could mean contributing a fixed amount every month into stocks, real estate, or other assets. Over time, you benefit from compounding growth without the stress of guessing market movements. Think about it. If you had started this 5 years ago, imagine where you'd be today. The best time to invest was yesterday. The second best time is today. Ask yourself, are you waiting for the perfect time to start investing? If so, you might already be missing out. Wealth is built by those who plant financial seeds and give them time to grow. Will you start now, or will you keep waiting while others build wealth? The cycle of sowing and reaping. The Bible teaches a universal financial law. A man reaps what he sows. Galatians 6:7. This principle applies not only to faith and actions, but also to wealth creation. Those who consistently plant financial seeds through investments, wise decisions, and generosity will eventually reap a financial harvest. The problem is that many people expect a harvest without planting anything. In financial terms, sowing means investing, saving, and managing money wisely. Just like a farmer doesn't see immediate results when he plants seeds, wealth doesn't appear overnight. But with patience, those investments grow, just like crops in a field. Unfortunately, many people sabotage their own financial harvest because they either don't sow enough or they harvest too soon. A common mistake is pulling money out of investments too early. Imagine planting a tree but digging it up every few months to check on its roots. It will never grow. The same happens when people withdraw retirement funds, panic sell stocks, or stop saving because they don't see quick results. Financial success comes to those who let their seeds grow. So what are you sowing today? Are you planting financial seeds that will provide a harvest in the future, or are you consuming everything now with no plan for tomorrow? The difference between those who build wealth and those who struggle is the ability to delay gratification and trust the process. Will you let your financial seeds grow, or will you keep uprooting them before they bear fruit? Taxes reveal where to invest. Most people see taxes as a burden, but the wealthy see them as a guide to financial opportunity. The Bible tells us to give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, Matthew 22:21. But it also teaches wisdom in financial management. Governments create tax incentives to encourage certain types of investments, real estate, business ownership, and long-term investing. Understanding these incentives allows you to keep more of what you earn and build wealth faster. For example, real estate investors benefit from tax deductions, depreciation, and the ability to defer taxes through 1031 exchanges. Business owners can legally reduce their tax burden by writing off expenses, while long-term investors benefit from lower capital gains taxes. The wealthy don't just work hard for money, they learn how to legally minimize taxes and make their money work harder for them. Most people only think about taxes once a year, but the wealthy plan their taxes year-round. They ask, how can I position my income and investments to maximize tax advantages? Instead of just earning a paycheck and losing a chunk to taxes, they structure their wealth strategically. This is why business owners, real estate investors, and stock market investors often pay fewer taxes than high-income employees. Here's the truth. If you're paying high taxes, it's because you're not investing in the right areas. The government rewards certain behaviors through tax breaks. Are you using this knowledge to your advantage, or are you letting ignorance keep you from building wealth? The principle of financial contentment. Many people believe that having more money will solve all their problems, but the Bible warns us against this mindset. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. 1 Timothy 6:6-7. True wealth isn't just about how much you have, it's about how wisely you manage it and whether it brings peace or stress to your life. Financial contentment doesn't mean settling for less or ignoring opportunities to grow wealth. Instead, it means avoiding the trap of always wanting more. Many people destroy their financial future by constantly upgrading their lifestyle, a bigger house, a newer car, designer brands, without securing their long-term stability. This cycle, known as lifestyle inflation, is why so many high-income earners still live paycheck to paycheck. The truth is, if you are not content with what you have now, more money will never be enough. Financial freedom isn't just about income. It's about living below your means, saving, and investing. Many millionaires drive modest cars and live in reasonable homes because they understand that financial peace is more valuable than social status. As Proverbs 15:16 says, "Better a little with the fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil." So ask yourself, are you making financial decisions based on wisdom? Or are you chasing wealth just to impress others? The key to financial success is learning to manage money with contentment while still pursuing growth. When you understand this, you break free from financial anxiety and start living with true abundance, the cycle of generosity. Many people believe that giving makes them lose money, but the Bible teaches the opposite. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. Proverbs 11:24. The principle of generosity is a kingdom financial law. Those who give wisely open doors for greater financial blessings. Generosity is not about reckless giving or expecting instant rewards. It's about developing a mindset of abundance, trusting that God provides when we manage money His way. The wealthiest people in the world, even outside of faith, understand this principle. They create foundations, donate, and support causes, not just because it helps others, but because generosity expands their influence and attracts greater opportunities. However, giving must be strategic and intentional. The Bible teaches tithing, Malachi 3:10, helping the poor, Proverbs 19:17, and investing in God's work, 2 Corinthians 9:6-7. But it also warns against enabling laziness or wasting resources on those who refuse to work, 2 Thessalonians 3:10. True generosity is giving with wisdom, helping in ways that empower people, not just handing out money without direction. Ask yourself, are you using money as a tool to bless others, or are you holding on to it out of fear? Generosity is not just about donating. It's about living with open hands, trusting that when you give, you will never lack. When you master the cycle of generosity, you unlock a life of financial freedom and divine provision. Money magnifies who you are. Many people believe that money changes people, but the truth is that money simply amplifies what is already inside them. Jesus said, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Luke 12:34. If someone is greedy, selfish, or reckless, more money will only make them more greedy, selfish, and reckless. But if someone is generous, wise, and disciplined, wealth will expand their ability to do good. Think about lottery winners. Studies show that the majority of them go broke within a few years. Why? Because their financial habits never changed. They didn't become irresponsible after winning money. They were already irresponsible, and wealth just magnified their poor decisions. On the other hand, financially wise people who become wealthy grow their money and use it to make an impact. This is why character development must come before financial growth. Many people say, if I had more money, I would give more, invest more, and be smarter with it. But the truth is, if you are not managing money well now, you won't manage it well later. Jesus taught this clearly. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Luke 16:10. So what kind of person are you financially? If money magnifies who you are, what will it reveal about you? Are you preparing yourself to handle wealth wisely? Or are you waiting for more money to suddenly make you responsible? The key to financial success is becoming the right person before you receive the wealth. Be a lifelong student of money. Wealth is not just built through hard work. It's built through financial wisdom. Proverbs 19:20 says, "Listen to advice and accept discipline, and at the end, you will be counted among the wise." The most successful people are lifelong students. They constantly learn, adapt, and seek knowledge to improve their financial future. Many people struggle financially because they never take the time to learn about money. They spend years studying for a career but invest little effort in understanding investments, budgeting, or business. The wealthy, however, commit to learning. They read books, attend seminars, seek mentors, and surround themselves with people who challenge them to grow. They know that ignorance is expensive. Imagine two people. One saves money in a low-interest account, thinking it's the best strategy. The other learns about investing, real estate, and tax advantages. Over 20 years, one sees small returns, while the other builds lasting wealth. The difference? One stayed financially ignorant, while the other became a student of money. So ask yourself, are you actively learning, or are you hoping for financial success without growth? Your financial future is shaped by what you know and apply. The Bible warns, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Hosea 4:6. The question is, are you willing to learn, or will financial ignorance keep you from wealth? Your money is your army. Every dollar you have is like a soldier in your financial army. It should be working for you, building wealth and bringing back more soldiers. But most people send their money into battle unprepared, or worse, they spend it carelessly and weaken their financial future. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Wealth is built by deploying money wisely, not wasting it. The wealthy understand that money should always be growing. They don't just save money. They invest it in assets that generate income. They put their money into businesses, real estate, dividend stocks, and other opportunities that keep multiplying over time. Meanwhile, most people spend everything they earn, leaving them stuck in a cycle of working for money instead of making money work for them. Imagine if every dollar you earned was a soldier on a mission. Would you waste them on things that lose value, or would you train them to bring back more wealth? This is why passive income is the key to financial freedom. When your money starts working harder than you do, you gain true financial independence. So what are you doing with your financial army? Are your dollars working for you, or are you spending them without purpose? The difference between financial struggle and success is simple. Those who invest wisely grow wealth, while those who waste money stay in financial battles forever. It's time to take control of your financial army and put it to work for your future. Money versus wealth. Many people believe that having more money equals being rich, but true wealth goes beyond just numbers in a bank account. The Bible teaches that real prosperity includes more than financial success. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Mark 8:36. Money can solve financial problems, but wealth is about freedom, purpose, and a balanced life. There are 4 types of wealth, and financial wealth is only one of them. Financial wealth. Having enough money to live comfortably. Social wealth. Having influence, connections, and a strong reputation. Time wealth. Having control over your schedule and freedom to do what matters. Health wealth. Having physical and mental well-being to enjoy life. Many people sacrifice time and health to chase financial wealth, only to realize too late that they lost what truly mattered. They work long hours, neglect relationships, and ignore their health, thinking money will bring happiness. But true wealth means having enough money to live well, enough time to enjoy it, and enough health to sustain it. So what kind of wealth are you building? Are you focusing only on money while neglecting time, health, and relationships? The goal should not just be financial success. It should be a life of balance, purpose, and abundance. Because at the end of the day, wealth is not just about how much you have, it's about how well you live. Now that you've learned these 15 powerful financial principles, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? The Bible warns us that wisdom without action is useless. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. James 1:22. You now have the tools to break free from financial struggles and start building lasting wealth. But nothing will change unless you take action. So ask yourself, will you continue living paycheck to paycheck, or will you start applying these principles today? Will you keep making excuses? Or will you take control of your finances to create a future of financial freedom? The choice is yours. Small decisions today lead to great results in the future. Whether it's budgeting, investing, eliminating debt, or diversifying your income, the most important thing is to start. Write in the comments, "With the principles of heaven, my finances will prosper," and watch how this powerful declaration of faith transforms your finances and business from this moment forward. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 15 principles impacted your life the most? Comment below and share your thoughts. And if you want more wisdom on biblical finance and wealth-building strategies, consider supporting our ministry through the link in the description, and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Your financial future is in your hands. What will you do now?